What's up, Lions? I hope you had a good first day. I hope that you were able to navigate Schoology. I know you were doing it for every other teacher, so I hope that mine was not too overwhelming. I just wanted to give y'all that intro video and then call it a day. So hopefully you had a little more time to dive into those core classes that may be more involved, but I did not want to be a burden on y'all yesterday. Just give you a little intro. Today, we're going to get a little more specific with navigating tools within Schoology. I'm going to go to our agenda for the weekly agenda. That's always going to be posted there, so you can always check out our weekly agenda. It'll be the first or second link in each folder. And so Thursday is where we are right now. And this is the asynchronous, the pre-recorded video section for today. And we're going to go over some expectations. That's going to be more expectations regarding time frame for classes and how we're going to log on for a conference. Then we're going to navigate an assignment and then access an assessment. Just like yesterday, you only had the video, so we're not going to do the online student support today. Tomorrow will be our first synchronous instruction. That means we will have our first live video. Time for that will be 8:15 to 8:30. I'm sorry, 8:15 to 8:45, and you'll see the time that's in the conference when we navigate to that in just a bit. So tomorrow morning, we'll have our first live video. If for some reason you don't make it to the synchronous instruction, that's okay, because all of our synchronous instruction will be recorded and then made available immediately after I log off from that class. Obviously the benefit of being at the synchronous instruction is that we can have real-time feedback. So if you have a question, you can pop up in the chat and I can actually address it then. Obviously, I cannot engage with you in real time if you're not watching the video in real time. So I encourage you to be on for the synchronous instruction whenever possible. We're going to have some troubleshooting Q&A. I want to get to know you. I don't just want to talk to a webcam for 9 weeks. I actually want to know who is on the other side of the screen and who I can expect to be walking in my door in a month from now. So we'll just do some brief student introductions tomorrow. And then I have, for the online student support, I have an activity that we're going to walk through together. It may be this intro video activity. I may just walk you through a Google Doc assignment that I'm going to introduce you to today. As I said, all this stuff is tentative. We have a loose framework, but we all have to be flexible, go with the flow as you are learning and I am learning. So now we're going to navigate to the conferences. Tomorrow, when you log on, that'll be Friday at 8:15, you'll go to this conferences button on the left here. And it will show the conferences that I've created. So the one that you will click on tomorrow says synchronous plus support for August 14th. That'll be that Friday. And you see it starts at 8:15. And because we're going to do both our synchronous learning and our student support, it is 8:15 to 9:15. On the class days where it's asynchronous learning, then I'll log on for the support starting at 8:45. So if you see a conference that says synchronous plus support, and you see the time frame is about an hour, then you know, oh, that's a live class session plus the online student support. If you see a conference that I'll create that just says support, then that's going to have a start time of 8:45. So just know that we'll always log on here for conferences, whether we're doing synchronous learning or doing online support. Just know, if you are engaging with me via video in real time, you will use Schoology conferences. That's the only thing you have to remember as students. If I'm going to Mr. O'Neill's, Coach O'Neill's class in real time, then I'm going to Schoology conferences. So that is where we will go tomorrow. And I would start it, but once I start it, then I'd have to delete it and recreate it after I end it. So we're just going to go back to the home page of Schoology. Everyone should know how to navigate to the conference tomorrow. And now we're going to get into our assessment. So right here, this is not published at the time I'm making this video. This will be published for you tomorrow. Just right. So this is an example of an assignment. We click on the Just Right assignment, and it's going to take you to the description. And then this assignment is on a Google Doc. That's what's really cool about Schoology, is that we can embed Google Docs into the platform. So you just get to access everything through Schoology. Write anything about yourself from eye color to a fond memory. All that matters is that you don't stop until you have written 10. There are no wrong answers. This is for completion and for you to practice submitting Schoology assignments. Okay, so do not stress about this assignment. You'll see how simple it is. Now, if I click this Google document, then the webcam is not going to capture it. So what I would encourage you to do is just check out this document. It has the same instructions, and then it's just listed 1 through 10. So all you'll do is fill out that Google document, and upon when the due date and time ends, you will no longer be able to edit it. So you can edit your Google document up until the deadline, and then after the deadline, you cannot make any more edits. This is going to be really good for you to practice submitting documents and for me to practice receiving documents, because I've not gotten an opportunity to receive 30 submissions of Google Docs through Schoology. So this assignment, and it's not going to be due until the end of the day Monday, and we're going to work on it together. So you don't view this as homework. It's not something that you have to worry about over the weekend. I just wanted you to be able to navigate to it so that when we work on it and submit it on Monday, you will have already seen it at least once. All right. So as I said, this will also be great practice for me receiving your assignments through Schoology. There may be glitches, but look, we're here to help each other. But so that is where you will go to access your assignment, and I plan on doing a lot of assignments as Google Docs through Schoology, so we just all need to get really used to this process. Most of our major grades are speeches in this class. However, we will have some written quizzes and tests. And when we have written quizzes and tests, virtually, they will take this form. You see it's unpublished. I have fake test, not for a grade. So do not stress about this. I just want y'all to see what navigating a test in Schoology looks like. All right, you won't see this screen. It should take you straight to this screen because this is my teacher view where it has previews and settings. And then you would just start your attempt. I made this simple, just multiple choice and true false. So we could see Liberty Middle School mascot is you can Google what those are. Those are actually, it's all the same thing. But we are the Lions. Roar. You are in Coach O'Neill's class. If you are not, I don't know why you're wasting your time watching this video. So this should be true. Which of the following is not a school in Madison City? Liberty Middle School, James Clemens High School, Bob Jones High School, Xavier's School for the Gifted Youngsters. Wow, unfortunately, we do not yet have an Xavier's School for the Gifted Youngsters in our district, so D is the correct answer. Then we would submit. And so this is in preview mode for my teacher account, which means that I cannot actually submit it. But just know that this will be, generally speaking, the layout of a test or quiz when you take it on Schoology. I wanted y'all to go ahead and see that. So now we're going to go back. Yes, I believe. And you may be thinking, how are we going to do virtual speeches? Well, know that for the minimum of 4 weeks that we are virtual, you will be submitting some shorter kind of chunks of speeches that you're just going to film with your phone or on your computer. So don't expect to have to give a 7 or 10 minute speech in front of your web camera. Obviously, if the virtual learning does get extended, then we will accommodate for that. But I'm really trying to have all of the major speeches and major grades happen after we've already returned to class. So the first 4 weeks is going to be a lot of building a foundation so that we can really hit the ground running when y'all are back in class. Now we'll have a couple of graded assignments over the graded written assignments and assessments on Schoology the first 4 weeks. But I don't plan on having any major speeches delivered through Schoology. Maybe some mini speeches, kind of practice, some daily grade stuff like that maybe like 30-second to 60-second videos, like selfie videos or whatever. I like to call them random talking videos. We'll talk a lot about RTVs in this class. But just know that basically the first half of our 9 weeks, your major grades are going to come through some assessments on here. And then for the second half of the 9 weeks, your major grades will be speeches that hopefully we get to perform in person. If not, we will be flexible as we have been up to this point. So that is all I have for you today. Most important takeaway is tomorrow making it to conferences, because at 8:15 that will be our first live synchronous instruction. That's where I'm going to get to meet y'all. I want to interact with y'all in real time, not just talk to a webcam. So please, if you can, make it to this conference tomorrow morning, logged on at 8:15, ready to go. This is going to be where we try to get all the bugs out of our conferences. Hey, here's the mute button, and here's how you share your screen, and here's how to interact the chat. We're going to kind of figure out what does it look like to host a class via Schoology conferences. So if you can be there, please do it 8:15. If not, it will be recorded and you can access it later that day. But so for today, don't worry. There are no assignments. You don't have an upcoming due date. The only assignment that you saw, we're going to work on together in synchronous learning on Monday. So y'all have a great rest of the day. I look forward to seeing y'all live in our conference tomorrow at 8:15 a.m. And as always, go Lions.